The prescribed daily prayers have to be made up later if they are not performed during their allocated times. Muslims are responsible to pray them as qada to save themselves from the responsibility in the afterlife. It's not obligatory to make qada for Sunnah prayers. However, if an optional prayer is nullified and not completed, it becomes wajib, necessary, which means to make it up. One must offer the missed prayers before the current one if they are Sahib al-tartib. I think this terminology is important to clarify what such terminology is referring to in Islam. Sahib al-tartib is the one who has not missed more than 5 obligatory prayers to qada in their lifetime. This is wajib, necessary for this type of person to maintain a sequential order between a missed prayer and the current one. It is necessary for them to pray on their allocated times. So making qada for past prayers in order is only between obligatory prayers. For example, if anyone missed the Maghrib and Isha prayers, they cannot pray the Fajr prayer before praying Maghrib and Isha as qada. The following incident evidence for this ruling. So where is it coming from? What's the evidence? What's the basis of such ruling? It's related, there are some evidences, I'll just mention one of them. Umar ibn Khattab was angry with the unbelievers of Mecca during the Battle of the Trench, Khandak in Islamic terminology. He said, "O Messenger of God, I could not pray Zuhr until it was almost sunset." The Prophet ﷺ told him, "I swear to God, you did not pray Zuhr." We came to the valley of Buthan, the Prophet ﷺ, and we made ablution, and the Prophet led Asr, then Maghrib after sunset. This hadith is narrated by Bukhari and Muslim. In this hadith, what's important, when Umar said, "I could not pray Zuhr until Asr," which means he did not pray Zuhr first, then Asr. He prayed Asr first, then performed Zuhr. So this indicates Prophet ﷺ did not accept his practice, since he performed Asr first and then made qada Zuhr. So it has to be done in sequential order. That's the evidence of such ruling. If the order between missed prayers and the current ones was not wajib, the Prophet ﷺ would not postpone the Maghrib prayer, because postponing the Maghrib prayer is disliked. I think that's one of the reasons why we perform the farz of Maghrib prayer first and then Sunnah. Maybe it might be related to another hadith that the Qiyamah, end of days, will happen during Maghrib. So in order to carry out the responsibility, the Muslims, they are required to perform farz first and then they perform Sunnah. So similarly, as soon as the time of Maghrib starts, Muslims, they have to perform Maghrib prayer immediately, save themselves from the responsibility. So here, however, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he did not pray Maghrib first, rather he made up all the missed prayers, then performed Maghrib. So this is evidence that if a person is Sahib al-tartib, meaning he did not miss more than 5 prayers in his lifetime, he has to follow sequential order between farz prayers. So first he prays Zuhr, then Asr, then Maghrib, whether if they are left to qada or they are combined. During the Battle of Trench, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was unable to perform the prayers on their correct times or allocated times due to engaging with the unbelievers. So unbelievers came and sieged the Medina. So there was no time to perform those prayers. And on 4 occasions, the Prophet ﷺ, he postponed prayer until the night time and then made up the prayers as qada, but he performed them on their sequential order. So this is the basis of such ijtihad or jurist opinion. A person loses the condition of being Sahib al-tartib if they miss more than 5 prayers in their lifetime. In this case, they are not required to keep the sequence of the prayers for qada. They can pray the current prayer first, and then they can make qada whichever prayer they missed. So it's not obligatory for them, it's not necessary, it's not wajib for them to follow the sequential order between the prayers. If one forgets to make qada for a missed prayer and prays the current one before praying the missed one, the prayers are valid. Because there is a sound excuse here, the person forgot. We know rufu al-aqlam and thalath, the pen is removed from 3 people. One of them, if a person forgets to do something, is not responsible. So if he forgets and first he prays the current prayer and then make the qada later, it's accepted. Duty is forgetfulness. Similarly, if there is not enough time to perform the missed prayers and the current prayer in the current time prayer, she should just pray the current one on its time, because Prophet ﷺ said, if anyone forgets to pray, he prays when he remembers it. There is no other compensation for the prayers except qada. The hadith is narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, so it's one of the most authentic hadiths. If a hadith is narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, it's called muttafaqun alayh. Both authority, Bukhari and Muslim, they are authority in hadith. If they agree on hadith, it's called muttafaqun alayh, meaning the both scholar or shaykhain, they have consensus on the authenticity of hadith. In another occasion, the Prophet ﷺ said, if anyone cannot pray because he forgets or sleeps, he compensates for his prayer, making it qada when he remembers or wakes. Sunnah prayers are not made up as qada. I need to say something here. Yes, Sunnah prayers, they are not obligatory. However, as Muslims, if we are hoping or expecting the shafa intercession of the Prophet ﷺ in Judgment Day, we have to perform Sunnah prayers, one thing. The second, those Sunnah prayers will be used to complete what's missing or what's deficient in our obligatory or qada prayers. So in any case, it's necessary for Muslims to perform Sunnah prayers so they can expect the shafa intercession of the Prophet ﷺ Judgment Day, and also those prayers will be used as compensation, the deficiency in obligatory prayers. Yes, Sunnah prayers are not made up as qada. However, if the Fajr prayer is missed, both the Sunnah and the Fard are made up as qada up until the time of Zuhur. Since there is no, the next prayer has not come yet, so it is necessary, it is advised to pray Sunnah as well together with the Fards. So until Zuhur time, if a person, let's say, he sleeps, he can't wake up. So when he wakes up, he makes wudu, then prays Sunnah first, then make the Fajr qada until Zuhur. However, if he cannot make qada the Fajr prayer until Zuhur, and he is able to pray after Zuhur, he only makes qada the Fajr, the 2 rak'ah of Fajr prayer. Abu Huraira reports, once we were on a journey with the Prophet ﷺ and we missed the Fajr prayer because we couldn't wake up until sunrise. When we woke, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, we must leave this place. Satan is present here and caused us to sleep and miss the prayer. We moved to another location. The Prophet, peace be upon him, then asked for water and made his ablution. He prayed 2 rakah sunnah of the Fajr first. Then Iqamah was called, and the Prophet led us in the Fajr prayer. We made us as qada. This hadith is narrated by Muslim. This is one of the authentic hadiths. I think the important point in this hadith, even including the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he missed the prayer since he is the role model for his ummah, in order to show us, his ummah, what to do if a person miss a prayer, cannot pray on its time, what happens, what's the solution. So in order to be role model for his ummah, Allah made the Prophet sleep so he couldn't wake up. So when he woke up, he showed us what to do in this type of situations. So he made up qada. So since this is Fajr and Zuhur time did not come yet, he performed Sunnah first, then Iqamah was called, then he led Fajr prayer as Imam for the companions. If a person misses a prayer when traveling and decides to make it up on returning home, she is to offer it as 2 rakah. Similarly, if a resident misses a prayer and decides to make it up while traveling, it must be offered as 4 rakah. So according to your situation, if you are a traveler and you missed the prayer, you have to make it up as 2 rakah as traveler. Even if you make it up when you are a resident, when you are home, so it doesn't matter. Or if you miss the prayer when you are resident and you have to make it up while traveling, you have to make it up as resident, even though, or in spite, you are traveling in that moment. So that's important. Thank you very much.